Every Friday evening, I turn on my Nintendo Switch, load up the eShop, and browse the latest games. Actually, let me clarify. From the time that I got my Switch in 2017, I have looked at every game on the eShop. Every single one. I've discovered a category of games so common, so frequent, so integral to the Switch eShop that you'll be asking why you've never experienced it. If you're thinking about buying a new game on the Switch eShop and you have a thing for horses, you're in luck. See, after visual novels starring catgirls, horse games are the biggest category that everyone sees but we're all too embarrassed to talk about. Until now. It is time to list the top 10 horse games on the Nintendo Switch eShop. Without ever, having played them. Number 10, Bibi and Tina Adventures with Horses. Okay, I first discovered Bibi and Tina Adventures with Horses back in 2018. It was a budget title with what appeared to be some cheesy stock photos for the cover art and menus, but beneath all of that was actually a game that clearly loved horses. The small details such as petting their manes, feeding them, and cleaning their hooves showed their passion for the subject. It doesn't do anything truly remarkable, but as the 10th game on the list, you can honestly have some fun with it. Especially if you're looking for a horse game that doesn't end with you riding your horse off a cliff to, see how much damage you do to a bokoblin below. Number 9, Bibi and Tina at the Horse Farm. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Another Bibi and Tina game? Well, as it turns out, Bibi and Tina love their horses and they've cornered the market. This 2019 game is a very slight improvement on the previous game. It has slightly better graphics and improved open world. Is that the same horseshoe cleaning minigame? Who would be buying the same game with characters nobody knows about? But what if they're not just random names? What if Bibi and Tina are actually characters from an existing franchise? According to Wikipedia, Bibi Blocksberg is a German audio play created back in 1980. As of 2009, the series had 95 episodes and has even been adapted into an animated series and a Netflix movie. How have I not heard of this? Okay, here's the logline for the Netflix movie. Teen witch Bibi and horse-loving Tina face trouble when a posh girl flirts with Tina's boyfriend and a crook sets his eyes on a promising horse. How are there not 10 of these Netflix movies? I feel like I should probably apologize to any Germans that stumble upon this, because you have every right to shake your head. Bibi deserves better. On to number 8, My Riding Stables: Life with Horses. This is a game that's all about horses. No characters, just good ol' riding and stables. My Riding Stables puts a strong emphasis on growing your stables, and you can customize everything from your rider to the estate, and even build courses for your horses. You can massage their mane and... Okay, what was that? That's weird, right? That was the exact same horseshoe cleaning minigame. Okay, we're gonna need to do some digging here as well. My Riding Stables is published by Calypso Media Group. When I go to their US website, I see a lot of ports for strategy games, but no mention of My Riding Stables and definitely no mention of Bibi, so let's go to Bibi's eShop page instead. Treva is the publisher for Bibi, but they didn't publish My Riding Stables. And who was the developer? There, Kid Ink's DCM, Independent Arts, and Marked and Technic. Kid Ink's is the publisher of the Bibi Blocksberg franchise, including the radio drama. We actually saw that back on the wiki page, but Marked and Technic. They don't appear to have anything to do with the games at all. They make educational software and photography products, yet they've listed themselves on all of the trailers. So it's another dead end. Independent Arts is the developer. They developed Bibi and Tina at the Horse Farm. Okay, and get this, they also developed My Riding Stables. But is anyone else weirded out by how much work it's taking just to figure out who developed and published these games? These can't have that big of an audience. Why are there so many publishing partners involved? And who thought that repurposing assets all over the place wouldn't be discovered? Horse games are a pretty niche genre. Or maybe that's just it. The games don't need to sell well individually, as long as they sell as a group, and then they own the mindshare. And that's the key part, owning the optics when it comes to horse games. They release low-quality products that dominate the charts at one point or another before completely disappearing off the face of the planet. You can see this marketing scheme used everywhere. You just need to look at the current state of music streaming to see what I mean. Popular artists create generic music meant to make it onto popular playlists with other similar-sounding artists to get more listens. You see, Spotify creates playlists for users based on their listening habits. So for example, if you listen to NSYNC, you're probably also going to be recommended Backstreet Boys. Or if you listen to K-pop one time, you're going to be listening to it for the rest of your life. What's really impressive is using your information to build a profile that takes your music tastes and then creates a whole profile about your personal life that will follow you everywhere you go on the internet. It looks a little something like this. If you listen to lo-fi, they can probably assume that you're a streamer avoiding DMCA because they haven't sorted out how to support their content creators or give them the tools to, actually know if the music they're playing on their streams will get them banned from the very platform that they're making a living on. Or if you listen to Boys II Men, they can assume that you're probably looking to get some tonight. But why would they do that? Why build an algorithm that tells them that you have issues accepting responsibility for your own actions, and maybe you're the reason that relationships don't work out just because you listen to a little too much Taylor Swift? Why would they do that? Well, to figure that out, let's take a quick look at who Spotify sells your data to. See, according to their own terms of service, they sell to academic researchers, service providers, and advertising partners. Essentially, they're selling your personal data to companies who use what's known as behavioral advertising. Companies can use this info to more effectively sell you items that you'll be interested in. It's why you can use Google and Facebook to sign up in the first place. They can instantly take that data and use it to sell products that are relevant to you based off of your habits. But it goes further. Google is the world leader in SEO, also known as search engine optimization. They have the means to make or break content based on how they direct their traffic. If you've ever wondered why channels or websites with great content never blow up while other channels with low effort content find major success, it comes down to algorithms. You probably know this already, but have you ever stopped to consider how the slightest details can completely change how you're received on every platform? I'm talking everything from Twitter, Spotify, Pinterest, and most of all YouTube. They build a hidden profile that will determine how you are seen by the platform, advertisers, and other users. If you're a content creator, you've probably at some point or another thought about which hashtags to use, and you might have even thought about a schedule for posting your content. But I bet there's a lot of stuff you haven't considered. Look, we can talk about creating content that's consistent, how to write effective copy, create thumbnails, and cross-promote across social platforms, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that one time that you watched Sex and the City 2 on Netflix. Guess what? Google's now marked you as a danger to yourself and society, and your content has been flagged inappropriate to everyone except people that order their groceries on Amazon, have X's in their username, and watch bathtub content on Twitch. But here's the thing. I think I might actually be able to use this to my advantage. Because if they know you're part of a niche internet group, they'll direct others with similar interests your way. There's so much generic content on YouTube. To blow up, you have to offer something unique. You have to be different. So let's see what my Google profile says about me. You can actually check this yourself by going to Manage My Profile and then clicking on Data and Personalization. You'll see some of the keywords they associate with you. Let's see here. White, male, video games. Wait, that's it? There's nothing else here? Am I just really creating content that no one will watch? Have I already been assigned my place by Google knowing that I won't ever get views? I need to make some glue. Okay, stick with me for a second. See, what I mean by that is don't be my riding stables. Don't let anyone tell you who you are, not even Google. You are an interesting person with unique interests and a lot to offer. If you want to stick it to the algorithms, make glue. Virtual horses be damned. Make something original. Create something so incredible that even if only 5 people see it, you're proud of it. Even if we don't do that on this channel, you can create great content.